Okay, so this is the video of my digital magazine. This cover page, it has a tiling effect which uses a shuffle array in JavaScript. The cover basically it slowly moves back and forth between two different images of the main story, which in this case is the weather project installation. I like the way that it tiles a full cycle until a complete image is exposed, and then it cycles back. And I think it's nice watching the interplay between the colours of two similar but contrasting images as well. I thought that was evocative of the title of the magazine. This is the intro page. The background is an animated GIF file using JavaScript. I wrote a brief letter from the editor welcoming readers and explaining that the magazine is created by ID students at the uni. There's a link to the ID page on the university's website. I also included a how to use page as a pop-up. I like the idea of the first interaction being used to access a tutorial for other interactions. I now know that Mag+ require the how-to page to be submitted separately, but I kept this for the moment as an additional way of accessing the information. It just pops up and tap again to return. Contents page. The links work for the content that I've actually created for the magazine. The links for the placeholder articles depicted here and in various places on this page, they don't work. They're not active links. If you like, these three articles all exist within this magazine, so if I click on that, it takes me to that page. And all of the pages in the magazine have a little home icon at the top, and if you click on that, it takes you back to the contents page, and it works with all of them. It's the same thing here, etc., etc. This is a quotes page. This piece of art uses JavaScript. I haven't given this page an official name. I didn't name it in the top corner. I like the idea of there being an inspirational design-related quote between the contents page and the magazine proper. I thought it would seem cheesy to actually name it or reference it in the contents. Part of the thinking too is that I wanted to show a couple of standalone single pages in between the main features, as that's how I envisaged the flow of the magazine. It establishes the idea that while there's consistency in the main structural elements of the magazine, that the featured articles, and especially these single pages, can accommodate more varied art styles. The glitch. This is the first of the main features. This glitch effect is actually done with CSS, a WebKit. I like down in the bottom corner here, I like the idea of having an autoplay gallery. I think it brings the page to life a little bit. I think just as visually interesting. This one's done with jQuery. With these longer articles, the text boxes all scroll, which is what this little icon denotes, that if you put your finger and press up, you scroll down through them. The pop-up icon here opens up an HTML window that contains a gallery by the artist of the main image. This gallery, again, is done with jQuery because it uses the touch swipe function that I couldn't figure out how to use within the main pages. All of this has been tested on an iPad, by the way. It all works on an iPad. So I close this, and again, there's a second page here. Same idea, mirrors the first page. Works the same way. Different artist, different gallery. Okay. The grid. This is another one of those standalone pages I was talking about. This time it's a fake advert for a non-existent exhibition. While I don't see the magazine as being used as using paid advertisements. I think it would be a good place to promote galleries and exhibitions and those kind of things, especially where they're connected to the students of the university. So this was just a kind of placeholder idea. This was just representative of that. This was done using a PNG with transparent areas and an embedded processing sketch. Here's another of the main features. I like the art style here. I don't think I've made the thing of the various art styles work alongside each other work as well as I wanted to. There are visual motifs that run throughout. I don't know. Maybe I've just been staring at it for too long. Okay, on this page I used the scrolling B layer here as a way of embedding video, because I didn't want it to overwhelm the art style of the article too much, because I like the fact that it's fairly understated. But yeah, if you scroll up, it just replaces one image with another with the embedded video, and then when you gone down to go on to the next page again, scrolling. And again, yeah, all the pages link back to the contents page. So go there, go back to that article. The tech review section. I used the same tiling script as the cover here, but in a slightly different way. I tried to incorporate the columns motif that appears on the other structural pages and combine the two in a slightly different way using a transparent PNG overlay. I like the way that when one cycle comes to an end, the white watch strap appears to be a complete image, with the 4 bottom squares making up the strap. But when the second cycle completes, the 3 bottom squares are thumbnail images for the reviews, and the 4th has disappeared, so it kind of separates it from the image above. I thought that was quite neat. Okay, this is the tech review page. Turn this down a bit. I think the review page is being more structural than the featured articles in terms of the visual aesthetic. So the art style is more closely mirrors the pages like the page right before. And I deliberately mirrored the color scheme because it's part of the same text review section as well as the page before. But then, yeah, the art style mirrors the page before, and it mirrors pages like the contents page and intro page. And the reviews are difficult in that you have to include a lot of information in a way that's easy to understand and follow, and just so a more functional layout made sense. Again, scrolling text. Okay, I did a couple of alternative covers. The first one just shows, it's the same concept as the main cover, it just shows it can work with different images. In this case, I deliberately chose images with a very different color palette. Although again, they're both of the same exhibition. It just requires modifying the colors of some of the top layer text and graphics and stuff accordingly. Again, I think it's quite nice as one image kind of is revealed. I think it keeps you watching, and I think it creates interesting visuals in the meantime. Okay, yeah, the second cover was just to show a different approach. I wasn't sure whether the tiling effect would be like a standard for the magazine, or if each month would bring a slightly different approach, while obviously you have to retain a lot of the key elements. This one uses a flat art style to showcase something different. It's a modified version of someone else's artwork. And the background animation is an embedded processing sketch. I think that is the key stuff covered, and obviously there will be more information in the attached PDF.